Hi guys and gals, it's Al here again. Um, Today I'm going to report a little bit on the Genesis Mini, um, which I'm excited about it. I'm not sure whether to tell you. I'm so excited. I'm not sure if I should talk about the games first or the hardware, but I think I'll just go ahead and uh, tell you the hardware. I'm going to be reading my notes, so if you don't mind, you're going to see my eyes dart off. Um, a lot. So this, for starters, the Mini will perfectly emulate the 40 games it's going to have. So if you don't know by now, it's going to have 40 games. And by the way, I meant to add earlier that I waited because I wanted to hear all the stats. I didn't want to hear like piece it out. I wanted to hear, because sometimes rumors and things they're not quite accurate. So I wanted to say it all at once. I mean, maybe in the future I'll break it up, but I just wanted it to be informal, informational, that, everything's out, it's confirmed, yada, 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 and this way there's no debate on it. So with that said, it's going to perfectly emulate 40 games. It's going to have 40 games. How you display will be an option. Some of you, if you've got retro collections or use emulated consoles, you can see like you can do scan lines or the ratios or things like that. Some have the CRT option to make it look like it was old or original option. Um, I know I got those options in the Neat Contra collection. Maybe one day. I'll probably talk about that one day soon. Um, and you can also sort them alphabetically by the release date or the number of players. Um, Unlike the Mini NES and the Super NES, where apparently people were complaining that the cords weren't long enough, this cord is long enough. I saw a picture of it. It looks maybe about 6 feet long, just a guess. Um, You'll also be able to, and this will be handy, the NES and Super NES, I guess you got to get up and reset the console. But the Genesis Mini, well, you'll be able to reset the console from the controller. Uh, so that's really convenient. I really like that. Um, and of course, wanted to add that um, two things before I told you the price. Um, the programmers wanted to give you a little bit of everything, so that's why there's a mix of titles, which is really awesome. They give a variety of games. A couple of them are very rare. Uh, One of them is particularly very rare. And the last thing I wanted to add was I am a lover of the original Genesis. I'm a lover of pretty much every system, but not more so much than others. But the controller has a good feel. For some reason, it just feels so, it feels good in your hands. I've always loved it because it's great for action games or simple games. It's perfect. Uh, uh, so, I mean, I'm excited to see that it looks like they kept the original controllers, so you get that original feel. And the last thing, and I guess most exciting news, is it's coming out September 19th for $79.99. So if you really want that feel, I suggest you save up because honestly, it'll probably be worth it. The person reviewing it on Game Informer said they loved it, so I'm expecting it to be pretty awesome. Um, so I'm going to start off with the games, and I'm probably going to talk about some of them. But Alex Kidd and the Enchanted Castle. I mean, the Alex Kidd games are okay. I think if I recall, they were supposed to originally be Sega's mascot. Elisa Dragoon was a harder to find title that recently I remember seeing on videos that people love the game, and I've never seen it. Actually, of course, I have, but I only found one person selling it, and I don't know if it was a fake ad or not. But Another game that's, collectible. It's going to be fun to play simply because it's going to be already emulated. Altered Beast is a famous title based off an arcade. A lot of people love it. A lot of people ask about it. Coin that phrase, "rise from your grave." There was another one, and I can't remember the other phrase. But Beyond Oasis, I played that, and I actually thought it was okay. It's a top-down adventure. I don't exactly know how to describe it, but Castle starring Mickey Mouse. I know a lot of people say that the Disney games are good. I think it's a side-scrolling platformer. Of course, everyone knows Castlevania, Castlevania Bloodlines. If you haven't had a chance to play it, I suggest that you play it. Columns, great for the puzzler. Comix Zone is an interesting title. Title that I remember hearing about back in the day. That my friend told me, he probably misunderstood it, but that you were going to be able to. Then again, the programmers could have. You never know. Hype things up, but we were young then. But I remember him saying you'd be able to draw things and then attack them. But it's a classic title that people love. It's a side-scrolling punch, beat 'em up. Then there's Contra Hardcore. Everyone loves Contra, and I should say everyone loves it. It's a hard game, which is great if you love hard games. Darius is, I think it's a shooter. If I remember. I don't know if it was top down. Dr. Robotnik, Mean Bean Machine, is another puzzle game that I've seen people playing. It's not bad. I like that it's in the Sonic universe. Dynamite Headdy, I've played. I think it's a side-scrolling platformer. It's not bad. Earthworm Jim, I remember loving that. I'm sure a lot of you love Earthworm Jim. Echo the Dolphin. Apparently, some people still love that game. I was never a big fan of it, but it wasn't bad. Eternal Champions. That's another fighting game that's okay. Ghouls and Ghosts. A lot of people love those games with the knight. I can't remember his name, but that's going to be a Golden Axe. Of course, that's a classic. Side-scroller beating. There's not enough I could say about Golden Axe. Gunstar Heroes is another one that people really loved on the Genesis. I think it's a side-scrolling shooter, and a lot of people loved it. Kid Chameleon. If I remember, you could don different outfits, but apparently, I guess that's a classic. Landstalker, I know the name, I can't think of it. Light Crusader, I honestly don't know. Mega Man: The Wily Wars, of course, everyone usually knows Blue Bomber. I've over the years, I always thought they were tough, but I've come to love them because they're harder games. But if I remember, Mega Man: The Wily Wars never came to the States. It was, I believe, a collection of 1, 2, and 3, and they were upgraded. So we'll finally get to play them, which is awesome. Monster World. I guess it was Monster World 4. I don't know what to say about Monster World games, but I know a lot of people love them. Phantasy Star 4, End of the Millennium. That's the RPG, so that'll be for the RPG fans. Road Rash 2 is one classic, and for some reason, a lot of people love that Road Rash game. I did. I played it, and it is fun. I can't remember that code to get the super fast black bike, but it is a good game. I look forward to playing it again. Shining Force. I thought there was a number. No, unless I didn't write it down. But that's another game, RPG. Those who are RPG, and for us side-scrolling fans, or anyone who likes those, Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master. I can't say much about Sonic 1 or Sonic 2. I will say that I remember borrowing my friend's Genesis and playing Sonic 2 for what it seemed like, well, maybe not forever, but for a while, until he took it from me. And I absolutely loved that game. I thought it was a big accomplishment when I came to the second level and Robotnik's flying around trying to drop that blue waterish goo on you. I have fond memories with that game, and I always probably play it to this day. Sonic Spinball was also a decent game. Just like a pinball version. I think there's 4 levels, and it's actually decent. I think it's supposed to take place between 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. But it's a good game. Um, and I also like its soundtrack. Right, Space Harrier 2 is another game that's like a shooter. I can't how to describe it. You guide, you move around, shoot what's in front of you. And let's see, I'm going to pause there for a while. Let's see, Space Harrier 2. And then there's Street Fighter Special Edition, Special Championship Edition. That one I think a lot of people played. I loved playing that. It was pretty cool, pretty fun. I enjoyed it. A lot of my friends enjoyed it. A lot of people played it. It sold a ton, apparently, at the arcade, and some people still play it as a classic game. I thought it was okay. I like Mortal Kombat better, but Street Fighter had its place, and it will always have its place. Streets of Rage 2, beat 'em up. A lot of people love Streets of Rage. But there's not much to be said. I think the second one was the most popular. I'm not exactly sure. Strider. You remember Strider from, remember the NES? Or Strider, you would pick up different power-ups, if I remember. The Strider was a good game on the NES, so I assume I heard it was even better on the Genesis. Super Fantasy Zone is, if I remember right, if you know what a shoot 'em up is, it's called a cute 'em up, because it's the same thing, only it's a cutesy world. But I believe I played it and I thought it was fun. And here's a super rare title, Tetris. I guess Tetris, not really much you can say about Tetris, but it's apparently pretty rare on the Genesis. And Thunder Force 3, I believe, is a helicopter shooter. It's a good game. I think I played it. ToeJam and Earl, I hear nothing but pretty much good things about ToeJam and Earl, and I've never played the first one. I've never played it, I think briefly, but I hear they're good games. Virtua Fighter 2, I've never played on the Genesis, at least I believe. And I know I played it on the Sega Saturn, but I saw a little clip of it, and it actually didn't look too bad. Let's see, Wonder Boy in Monster World. I'm guessing the Wonder Boy titles are just side-scrolling adventures. And then finally we have World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Once again, I didn't even know that game existed, but could possibly be, I don't know how many games are imports, but it's probably a side-scrolling adventure. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I'm excited about this lineup here, and I might get one right away when it comes out, but it's going to be good. The only thing I didn't see if it has an HDMI cable. I assume it will. Assume it will have a plug, all that good stuff. But as always, this is Al. This is my channel. For now, I'm still new, still figuring things out. But you can rate, comment, and subscribe, and have a nice day.